Yechi, and I'd like to speak about the 7 laws of Noah, which are applicable to all mankind. First of all, when it comes to laws, especially when it comes to laws that we're going to add into our life, we want to make sure it's coming from a reliable source. Now, there are certain things that people don't agree on, and certain things that are taken as true. Most people in the world, or we can even say Rubam Kekulam, meaning this Jewish expression means most people, basically all the people, like all the people of the world, say that the Torah was given to the Jewish people at Mount Sinai, and that is the word of God passed down to Moses, and from there, from generation to generation, till our very day, the Jewish tradition, the oral Torah, the written Torah, that is being upheld by the Jews. Now, in every generation there is a Moses. Just like Moses that led the Jews out of Egypt, out of that exile, there were 4 more exiles, and each time the Jewish people had someone who would lead them out. The last Galus which Jewish people are in right now is called Galus Edom. The last exile, called the exile of Edom. The Moses in our generation, according to most Jewish people, is, or maybe, Rabbi Schneerson, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, leader of the Lubavitch Hasidic movement. And he tells us that there are certain laws that the Jewish people did not keep because they were under threat. One of those laws are the 7 laws of Noah. Now, there are laws that Jewish people have to keep, but there's something called pikuach nefesh. Pikuach nefesh means if it's going to endanger the life of Jewish people, they don't have to keep that law. For example, the 7 Noahide Laws. Now, the Rebbe tells us that we should start spreading the 7 Noahide Laws now. It used to be that if you would come to someone and start talking to him about laws, he'd think you want to convert him. And thinking of trying to convert someone to Judaism would be punishable by death. But now that it's not, we're living in America, free country, we're living in a time when people are more open-minded and there is more freedom of choice for the Jewish people and for the world. So it's not such a big deal to just walk over to someone and tell them the 7 laws of Noah. And we're saying right now, it's not in order to convert to Judaism, it's just in order to be a righteous Gentile. Now, the same way a Jew has his purpose in life and he's the chosen part of the chosen people by God, a Gentile also has a part in the master plan of making this world a better place for God to come down and be with us. And that is by keeping the 7 laws of Noah. What are the 7 laws of Noah? Believe in one God, praise the Almighty. Here I have a card. I'm going to read it off the card. Praise the Almighty. Do not murder, do not commit adultery, do not steal, do not eat the flesh of an animal while it is still alive, and establish courts of justice. This card says all the laws, and on the other side it speaks about the Rebbe as King Messiah. The Jewish people have laws, and according to those laws, called halacha, they do things in their life. A big rabbi means he knows all the laws, backwards and forwards, with all commentaries. And the law of Messiah, Moshiach, is written in Rambam, the Rambam which was a Paisek, meaning he had the authority, rabbinical authority, to make a law. And he writes in his book Yad HaChazaka, the strong hand, at the end, Hilchas Malachim, chapter of Kings, and he writes over there that it's the end of his book, and he writes that at the end of days there will stand a king from the house of David, which knows the Torah like his father David, and he knows the oral Torah and the written Torah. He learns it all the time and he teaches it to the people. And it says a few things over there that that king must do, and if he does those things, then he's Moshiach Vadai, Becheskas Moshiach, which means he can be Moshiach. And if he does a few more things, then he's Moshiach Vadai, he is for sure Moshiach. The Rebbe had at certain times explained this Rambam, this Maimonides, this halacha about King Messiah very, very well. The Rebbe got down to the details of each thing, got down to every law, and showed basically how what he is doing fits for him to be Messiah. Besides that, the Rebbe explicitly said that Menachem Shmoy, Shmoy Shel Melech HaMoshiach, that Menachem, which is his name, is the name of Moshiach. Till a situation where till a situation where a person could point with his finger and say, here is Moshiach standing in front of me. And other times also the Rebbe told us very simply that he is Moshiach. In Shoftim Nun Aleph, the Rebbe tells us that we have to publicize that the Rebbe is a prophet, and that till the most important prophet, which the important prophecy of Yechi Hamelech HaMoshiach ba, here comes Moshiach. I hope I gave a little bit of knowledge, and I know that there's people that don't agree with everything I say, but guess what? I'm giving you the real core Jewish Orthodox outlook, the one that was passed down from Moses on Mount Sinai, from the Word of God, all the way to our generation through the Jewish people, the chosen people. Now, never to get confused, always try to stay focused on the truth and not on the emotion. The mind must control the heart. That is one of the fundamentals of Hasidic philosophy. And I recommend people to learn the Tanya. You can get it in English, you can get it, check that up, Google it, I don't know, strudel it. And I'd also recommend Besuras HaGeula, which is the call for redemption. And I'd also recommend, what else would I recommend? Oh, I'd recommend Ate Yadaiti. It's a book, I think it only came out in Hebrew, but if you know Hebrew, it's a very good book.